Currently, as millions and millions of Americans struggle just to keep up with their bills, we are now seeing Social Security is going to be coming to the front of these political campaigns. We are now going to see lawmakers fight over Social Security. We've seen this in the past. We've heard lawmakers say that the other party wants to cut benefits. We've seen some say that no, that party wants to cut benefits. Well, in both instances, there could potentially be cuts. But here's the thing. There is now something else that is being discussed, and this is what the voters want. The American people want this. However, Congress is unlikely to pass it. This could impact Social Security moving forward. That's why I want to bring it to your attention. Also, at the end of this video, I want to talk about some of the big changes that are coming for Social Security in 2024. So make sure you stick around, and we'll go over all that stuff in just a moment. So the first thing that you need to understand when it comes to Social Security is there is something that the American voters want. However, lawmakers might not be willing to accept this just yet. And here it is. Voters want age and term limits for elected officials. But why is this? Well, here's what you need to understand. Right now, with Congress being fairly, they're experienced. They're a little bit older than what many Americans would like, especially when there's some that are 80 years old and 70 years old. It is something that those people that are currently running our country and dictating our laws, some say they don't understand what the younger generations want or what they're even looking for. Well, here's what you need to know. According to experts, they say lawmakers likely won't change anything because it will not impact them. Think about this for a second. Why would a lawmaker who is, getting $170,000 a year to be a senator or whatever, why would they want to go and potentially jeopardize their seat in the Senate by asking for changes to Social Security when if they're 70 years old, it might not impact them in 15 years. They might not be around in 15 years. So why would they want to change and vote for an age or a term limit? Think about that for a second. Because that is going to play a major role as to what we see for Social Security. Because think about this. Let's say we had Congress that on average age was 42 years old. That would be much less than what they currently are. And if they're 40 years old, they're going to be looking at things a little bit differently. So these changes that I'm about to show you, this would be very beneficial. That we see people that are not yet collecting Social Security. And these people can then go and make the changes that are going to impact them in the future. Now, let's get to some of these changes really quick. Okay? And this is an article. It's from GoBankingRates.com. Okay, I want to show you this, but here it is. It's 7 Social Security shakeups you need to be ready for headed into the new year. Okay, the reason why I want to read you this, for one, I put everything in a very easy to follow format, and I just want to go over this with you and explain how what lawmakers are currently doing could impact some of these things. So let's get started. First off is the cost of living adjustment. We know for 2024, it will be at 3.2%. Okay, that's what it will be. Because inflation is coming down, which means on average, you're going to get about $50 per month if you receive the average Social Security benefit, which is a little bit over $1,700 per month. I know a lot of people on here say they don't get even close to that, so they're going to get much less than $50. And unfortunately, that is true. Now, regarding the cost of living adjustment, here's something that you need to know. There is still proposals on the table that are asking for a change to the way the cost of living adjustment is calculated. That is still being considered. However, it's likely not going to pass simply because if we change it from the current cost of living adjustment calculation and we go with the cost of living or the CPI-E, which is the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, that would increase benefits at a time where lawmakers don't want to increase benefits yet because they want to ensure that Social Security remains solvent much longer. So increasing benefits does the exact opposite of that. So that is one thing that is there. Another one, the Social Security income increase. Now, I want to bring this to your attention because this is something that we've heard before, okay? So the Social Security income increase. Just like Social Security retirement payouts increase in line with the rate of inflation, so do the SSI benefits. The increase for 2024 is the same as the COLA, or 3.2%. As SSI payments don't vary per recipient like Social Security retirement benefits do, the SSA publishes a table showing the exact amount that recipients will get in 2024. Here it is. So if you are an individual, instead of $943, or you will receive $943, which is a 3.2% increase from last year, or it comes out to $11,321.49 per year. Couples are going to receive $1,415. That comes out to $16,980.36. And essential persons will receive $472 per month, or $5,673.73. Now, here's what I want to address is this. The SSI resource limits are the same in 2023 that they will be in 2024. There'll be $2,000 for individuals, $3,000 for couples. Now, it says, however, the SSI student exclusion increases to $2,290 per month, or $9,230 per year, which is up just $70 per month. Okay? Now, the reason why I wanted to show you that is because there is legislation on the table currently that would increase these numbers. Okay? The $2,000 for individuals and $3,000 for couples. And the reason for this is because many lawmakers are saying, and experts are telling us this as well, that $2,000, if let's say your transmission went out in your car, and at the same time, let's say you needed new dentures, right? Or you needed a new furnace. If you got $2,000 to your name, that's your limit, your asset limit. That's a problem because now you can't pay for that. You have to decide, do I get a new transmission for my car? Do I buy a new furnace? Do I just go without dentures for maybe a couple months? What do I do? That's why they're saying these numbers need to be increased. So for a couple, they're saying it shouldn't just be $1,000 more, 50% more than what individuals get. It should be double. So instead of $2,000 for individuals, it should be $10,000. Instead of $3,000 for couples, it should be $20,000. That's what they're saying. So we're going to see if that happens, but there is legislation on the table that is demanding that. Another change, the increase in the Social Security wage base. Right now, it is $160,200. In 2024, the Social Security wage base is $168,600. Anything above that, you would not pay Social Security taxes on. But lawmakers are looking into this. This is the biggest one that they're discussing because right now, it's going to go from $160,200 up to $168,600 for 2024. But there's going to be a gap. And that gap is potentially all the way up to $400,000 because President Biden has said anybody making less than $400,000 per year would not pay a penny more in taxes. So what him and other Democrats are proposing is let's have a gap between $168,600 and $400,000, and then over $400,000 we will tax people the Social Security tax rate, which is 12.4%. I don't think that's going to happen, but those discussions are still on the table. Now, one of the other things, and this is another one that I discussed the other day, is the change in retirement earnings test limits. So if you decide to work, and you can, if you are not yet full retirement age, for every, so it says right here, specifically the SSA will reduce your retirement benefit by $1 for every $2 you earn over the limit when you're younger than full retirement age. In the year that you reach full retirement age, you will be reduced by $1 for every $3 you make over the retirement limit. Okay, that's happening. But the reason why I wanted to address this is because right now there is discussions. Okay, we are seeing discussions where let's increase that number. And you can see right here that these earnings limit for the earnings limit for workers will increase from $22,320 because last year it was $21,240. Excuse me, this year still is. All right. Earning limit for workers in the year they reach full retirement age is going to be $59,520, which is up about $3,000, exactly $3,000 from $56,520 in 2023. So those things are going to happen, but what lawmakers have been discussing is potentially increasing these numbers right here, increasing these a little bit more, right? Also, increasing the threshold where you are taxed and have to file taxes. So, for instance, if you make over, was it $22,000, or is it 20,000 or 25? I don't remember the exact number, but I think it's $22,000 or $25,000 as an individual. If you make over that, you are required to pay taxes, right? You're going to file, and you would have to claim up to 50% of your Social Security income would be taxable. And so the reason I bring that up is because lawmakers want to increase that number as well. There's a lot of numbers out there that have been either very static for decades or they're going up less than inflation. And so many lawmakers are asking why. Why are certain numbers going up less than inflation when other numbers are going up even more? Makes absolutely no sense. So that's what is happening right now. Those are just some of the changes that are happening to Social Security in 2024. But I wanted to break that down because I think a lot of people are still under the impression that there's nothing that's going to change for Social Security, but it's not true. There's a lot of things that could change, and this upcoming presidential election could be a massive change in either direction. So as we get more information, I promise I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates, but that is what we know at this time. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.